Emily. Thanks for the other day. I'm so sorry I had to drop my son off at your daycare. Hey, Alyssa, are you kidding me? Your son doesn't go to my preschool, does he? Yes, but it's okay. Having one extra child isn't a big deal. It will. More kids means more work. And taking care of a child who is not enrolled in our preschool is a problem. If we don't have a contract with you, I can't be responsible for anything that happens. Are you trying to get him hurt? If my son gets hurt, I'll file a complaint with your daycare, and I'll make sure that no more children are admitted. Why do you have to go to such lengths? It's so unreasonable. Not to mention, you seem to drop your son off at my daycare quite often. What are you doing? Alyssa, I'm pretty sure you don't have a part-time job, or do you? I can do whatever I want. I don't have any obligations to tell you. Yes, you do, because your child is in my daycare without a contract. If you have an issue that requires all of your attention, I'd understand. But if you don't, I can't leave this matter alone. You're so annoying. You work at a daycare center because you love kids, right? Then just be happy that there will be more kids to take care of. That's not the issue here. It may be nice to have more kids, but if you set a precedent that children who are not enrolled in preschool can also use the service without spending money, they might think it's free admission, right? Isn't that fine? What's the problem with that? Of course there's a problem. If you don't stop this, the principal will get angry too. Well, you can't do anything even if they get angry, can you? Gosh, if you're so angry, just because there's one more child, it really shows how level your nursery school is. What did you say? You can keep on being angry like that. I won't enroll my child even if you get mad at me. I'm dumbfounded. If you're going to be like that, I'll do what I have to do. Later. Good morning. I'm sorry I left my son at your daycare for 5 days. I'm so glad I have a friend who works at the daycare. I'll pick him up in the afternoon. You'll never see your son again. What? Because your son, he's been taken to child services. What? My son is at the child consultation center? Why? It's not why. You know why, Alyssa. I don't have any idea. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, right. If you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, I'll tell you. You've been abusing your son, haven't you? What? I checked your son. He had bruises all over his body. You must have done this to him. I don't know about that. Stop blaming me. Well, we'll find out if you did it or not later. Anyway, they need to take him into custody right away. A child guidance counselor came over and they took your son away. You did that on your own. Who do you think you are? Do you know how terrible a thing it is to take someone's son away from them? Do you understand? No. Do you know what you've done? You need to realize what you've done is a terrible thing. I just left him with you for a while, and you think that's a terrible thing to do? No, it's not. I haven't done anything terrible. If you're not going to come clean, I'll tell them. You left your son at home to go on a trip with a man that isn't your husband, didn't you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. You're just saying random things so you can see me fall. I got some good information from a friend of mine, Hannah. The day you came to drop off your son, she saw you walking at the train station with a man she didn't know. Hannah even took a picture of you. How could you? I can't believe you'd leave your son to go on a trip to have an affair. You even took a picture of him? That's terrible. That's a violation of my right of publicity. Before we get into the infringement of privacy rights, how do you explain the affair? If you can give me a good answer, then give me one. Oh, he's a relative. Yes, a relative. I was just on a trip with relatives, so I don't need to be told what to do. Oh, really? Relatives? But looking at Hannah's picture, it looks like you were walking arm in arm with that man. Do you walk arm in arm with your relatives? I mean, I know I've never done it before. Oh, you just don't have that experience. We do things like that. Just because you don't know, don't act like there aren't other people who do that. Okay. So you insist that he's a relative, but that doesn't solve your son's bruises. I'll have to check with your husband to see if he's really a relative. What? Check with my husband? Why? Why, of course. Your husband may or may not know about the trip. If he doesn't know about it, we'll have to ask him to confirm if you're really related. No. You don't have to go through all that trouble. Who the hell do you think you are, meddling with someone's family? Stop trying to interfere with my business. Oh, but hey, I'm the victim here. You've exploited my nursery by leaving your son here. I think we have the right to do something like this. Don't tell me you have the right to. Anyway, you can't call my husband. He's my relative. I just went on vacation with relatives. I'm sorry. I just contacted your husband. He's responded that you don't have any relatives close enough to travel with. What? You already contacted him? When did you get his contact information? Oh, we exchanged contact information when we met at the Parents Association the other day. It seems that your husband, he didn't even know about the trip, so I really think we need to check the man you went on that trip with, too. Don't do that. You enjoy harassing people like that. Even if you harass people like that, you won't have anything to gain in your life. Stop doing things without permission. Oh dear, you're getting flustered. It's okay. I'm not trying to harass you. I just want to know the truth. Did you really go on a trip with your relative? And as for your son's bruises, I want to know if you really did abuse him. I said stop! I don't have to reveal the truth. Stop trying to ruin my life. Give me back my son first. Give me my son! If you want your son back, I suggest you go to Child Services. The people at Child Services want to hear what's going on. I think it's a very rare case. I can't believe they're going to give him temporary custody before hearing what you have to say. He must have been badly injured. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. My son was hurt? Gosh. I'm sorry for blurting it out so blatantly. Well, I've been in touch with your husband, and I'm sure everything will come to light soon. I'll be looking forward to it. I told you to stop. You've got to be kidding me. Why do I have to go through all of this? I didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong? You hurt your child. You had a trip without telling your husband, and it's an affair. Are you saying that all those things are not wrong? Yes, I'm not wrong. What I do is my business. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I can't believe it. How can you say that you haven't done anything bad? If you're so confident that you're not at fault, why don't you just talk to your husband first? I don't want to do that. I don't want to have an argument with my husband. Oh, you're assuming you'd fight? That's strange. You didn't say anything about it before. No. I'm not assuming that we'll have a problem. It's just that explaining it all to my husband, it'll be a pain in my ass. I'm just saying that because I don't want to go through the trouble. A pain in the ass, huh? Do you think you're not accountable after all you've done? You keep talking like that. I'm going to get angry with you. Why do I have to get yelled at by you? I really didn't do anything wrong. Okay. I'm still contacting your husband, and he wants to know where you are. I'm sure he sent you something. Yeah, I got a text. He's sending me angry messages saying, "Where the hell are you? Come home immediately. And bring that bastard that you went on a trip with." Yep, he's mad. Well, of course he'd be mad. I mean, it's like, you kind of deceived him. I'm not a cheat. I didn't deceive anyone. All these excuses you've been saying. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to deceive me too. If you really didn't do anything wrong, then you should just stand up for yourself. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. I'm in this mess because of you. I can't stand back and take it easy when I'm being put through this because of you. If someone suddenly did something bad to you, I'm sure everyone would be upset and unsure what to say. You should just give up. You know, the affair, the trip, the abuse. You knew it would all come back on you one day, didn't you? You're not going to say that you weren't prepared for it, and you just did everything for fun, are you? Wait. I didn't think it would become this big of a deal. I mean, it's unreasonable. I just had him at the daycare for a little while. Why should it be this big of a problem? You're the one making it a big problem. If you hadn't committed adultery and abused him in the first place, we wouldn't have gotten into this mess. Well, you're in a contract with your husband. I see that you're in contact with him, so I'm sure you and your husband can take some time to talk about what's going to happen. Talk about what? There's nothing to discuss. What are you talking about? If you have an affair, of course you'll talk about divorce. Divorce? I'm not getting a divorce. It's not your decision. The victim is your husband. He'll file for alimony against you and your affair partner, and I'm assuming he'll also take custody of your son. Oh no! Why should my son be taken away from me? This is so unreasonable. I didn't do anything wrong. You say you didn't do anything wrong, but it's not up to you to decide. You need to reflect on what you've done, and try not to do the same thing in the future. But I'm sure you'll get divorced, so I don't think you can make up for what you've lost, even if you regret it. Wait! How did this happen to me? I was just enjoying my trip. I didn't think it would become this bad. I had no idea. Please help me. After that, Alyssa tried to contact me several times, but in the end, she was called by her husband, and she returned to her husband with the adulterer. Naturally, her husband was furious, and he divorced Alyssa. Alyssa and the adulterer were demanded to make alimony payments. Alyssa and her partner were blaming each other for the affair, and they ended up breaking up. Her husband took over to care for her son, and it seems like he no longer has bruises. Alyssa is gone now, living alone. My daycare center is also at peace, now that no one leaves her children at the facility without notice.